Welcome to the Women and Money Empowerment Show. My name is Yulin Lee, and I am your host. Now, let's dive into today's show. Do you ever feel that you can't keep up with this crazy world anymore? The speed at which technology advances, the rhythm of our daily lives, the never-ending demands from all directions in our lives, and all these on top of the constant nagging worry of, do I have enough money to last till the end? And to many people's surprise, this do I have enough money to last to the end question applies to everyone, not just people who currently don't have enough money. And that is because we have seen through COVID and recent natural disasters happening around the world that things can change very quickly. And so more than ever before, we now need to build up more muscles and we need more tools to help us weather through the big unexpected changes in life. I feel like we're living in a time where we should expect the unexpected. So how do we build those muscles? Well, today I want to talk about mindfulness and how it can help us stay grounded and centered in managing our finances. So what is mindfulness? Well, according to the Oxford Dictionary, it is a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment. So the two keywords here is awareness and the present moment. So let's break down a little bit and see how they can be applied to the three pillars of personal finance: income, expenses, and investing. All right, let's take a look at the first one, income. What does having mindfulness mean, or what does that look like around your income? So here are some questions to help you think about this question. And the first question is, how would you characterize your awareness of your income? So for example, is your income at par or above the average, the industry average? Or if you own a business, are you charging at the comparable rate, or are you underpriced? I see a lot of people tend to leave money on the table in the cases where maybe they're not as self-advocating for equal pay at the workplace, or if they own a business, oftentimes they feel very embarrassed or having a hard time really asking for what they really deserve as a business owner. So they end up leaving a lot of money on the table. And so having this awareness of how you are really being compensated compared to the industry average. And then, what are some of the things you can do to maximize your earning potential? And so that's the first way of looking at your mindfulness and awareness around your income. Now, the second one is for you to think about is how quickly and easily can you find replacement income, whether it's due to the loss of your job, or if you own your business, something happens that causes a complete stop in your business. What would happen? Can you easily find and replace that income? Right? And so what this means is that when you're having awareness around this question, it's really about staying on top of what's going on in your industry or in the company that you work for, and be very mindful and vigilantly paying attention to what's going on and understanding what are some of the trends or things that are changing in the industry that might impact you directly or indirectly. Okay. And then the third question or third area for you to think about mindfulness around your income is, when we talk about replacement income, that could also be in the form of a savings, right? So we often call it the emergency fund. If you have at least 1 year worth of your living expenses saved up, put aside, imagine how much lighter you would feel if something unexpected happened to cause a stop in your regular income. And so these are the positions we want to make sure that we put ourselves in to really protect ourselves from major disasters and just big uncertainties that we're seeing in this world. So this is really how mindfulness can help us stay grounded, right? Okay, now the second pillar is expenses. Let's take a look at what does having mindfulness around your expense look like. Well, again, here are some questions for you to think about. The first question is, how clearly and accurately are you tracking your expenses, right? Having a picture of what is going out, where are your money going? Like, how are you spending your resources? That clarity, that information is worth gold. I know a lot of people may not want to see it, may not want to know it, but I can tell you that information is worth gold. So you want to be very clear and know where all your money is going. Okay. Now, the second question that you can ask yourself is, are your expenses aligned with your life goals and values? So often I see people with mindless and random spending. Those little amounts of money that we just dish out without much thoughts, but they do add up. And then we wonder at the end of the month, like, where did our money go? Right? So we want to keep our money accountable, right? We want to give each our dollar a job to do and not just, kind of spending mindlessly and thoughtlessly. And so knowing where they're going and making sure that they're aligned with the values, with things that we really care about in life, right? So that's another form of mindfulness and full awareness around your expenses. And then the last one is about, how aware are you distinguishing the essential, the necessary spendings versus the discretionary spendings? If something were to happen unexpectedly, are you able to quickly and clearly adjust your expenses, knowing what are the essential things I still need for a decent living, and what are some of the other things that I can cut without really having too much effect on the quality of my life? And being able to turn those knobs at your own control, that will give you a lot of sense of stability and sense of security. And so again, applying these mindfulness practices in the area of expense will give you a lot of, again, stability and groundedness in how you live your life and weather through these uncertain times. All right, so the third pillar, which is investing. How does mindfulness in investing look like, right? Again, here are some questions for you to think about. So the first one is, are you aware about how well your money is working for you? Meaning, are you sufficiently invested? Sometimes I see people having trouble handing over their money to another person to manage. So for example, they really have a hard time hiring a financial advisor because there's this lack of trust, that they don't trust other people managing their money. But yet at the same time, they are not really doing anything with the money themselves either. So the money is just sitting there and not doing anything. And what people don't understand, that is a huge loss in potential income to take care of yourself in retirement. And so just, be very honest with yourself, bring that awareness into how well your money is working for you right now. Okay, and be very honest and answer that question. And then the second question is, okay, assume your money is invested and maybe you have hired a professional, financial advisor. So this one is kind of the other opposite spectrum from the first one, in that people do hire other people to manage their money, but then once they do that, they just throw it over the wall and then they don't even want to look at it. They have this blind faith in someone else can take full responsibility and take care of their money for them. And that is also problematic, because at the end of the day, it is your money And you need to have the agency over how your money is being invested. So that awareness is about really understanding how your money is being invested. Where are they? How, So how are they being utilized? And then the last point is, another aspect of mindfulness when it comes to investing is really knowing whether the investments that your money are being allocated to are in alignment with your risk tolerance, your financial goals, and your timeline. Because so often we are so easily, we get sold to all the time on financial products that we don't understand. And they may or may not end up serving ourselves to the best that's possible. And so that full awareness, that full mindfulness to whether those investments your money is currently in, are they in full alignment with your life goals and your values? Okay. And so here are just, some really simple questions that you can ask yourself to get an assessment of your mindfulness around your finance. And if you find one or maybe two or maybe three, all three areas that could maybe use a little bit more mindfulness and awareness practice, then consider this as a wake-up call. Okay, because at a time with great uncertainty, the more you know, the better you can prepare for yourself. And so I hope these questions can help you think about the awareness with your money. Now, I want to also talk about the second part to this, which is the present moment, right? And with the mindfulness, we're talking about awareness, but then we are also talking about being in the present moment. So many people have this habit of saying or thinking to themselves that I will wait until this thing happened before I will do that. I will wait for this. And so this whole idea of I'm not ready, right? Or the other idea is I'm just too busy. I have so many things going on. I cannot pay attention to my finance at the moment. And I will wait until I'm not as busy. And that in itself is, in all honesty, it's a excuse. It's an illusion. Because none of us today, we live a life where there's nothing going on. And so, again, how do we bring these priorities into the present moment instead of putting them in the future? Here's a kind of a question that I would like to challenge you with is, what would it be like if we bring the future into our present moment? What can you do right now at this moment to improve your finance, one way or another, or move it in the direction to take it to the next level? Okay, so again, I want to repeat this question. What would it be like if we bring the future into the present moment? And then one last thought I wanted to share with you, and it was something I learned from my own coach around the topic of readiness. And that is, ask yourself this question. What are the opportunities that may be possible with the following thought? And that is, we begin today and see what we are really ready for. I will leave that with you to ponder. I hope this was helpful to you. And again, if you have any questions and comments, I would love to hear from you. I can be found and reached on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Otherwise, I wish you a great day. See you next time. Thank you for tuning in to the Women and Money Empowerment Show. If you ever have doubtful moments about yourself, your capability, or your worthiness, please remember to keep coming back to these stories and lean in. Draw the wisdom and strength from these incredible women and know that you also have what it takes to live a fulfilling life. Until next time, have a fabulous day.